this is a really cool piece of art and a really important piece of art for a lot of reasons, but I also think that today it's going to be a good piece to use to start practicing our second goal. Can I get a volunteer to read our second course goal for me? Lena?
Incorporate what we've learned into our own art.
Awesome. And can you remind me, what does that mean? Or like, why is that important?
It's important so that our art means something to us.
Yeah, so hopefully your art means something to you, and also hopefully in this class we're giving you additional opportunities to see, oh, is there something that I can take respectfully from these different art traditions that I can also make my own, and that feels meaningful to me, for sure. So I know that you all still have your beautiful introductory Simon Says activities from the warm-up today. And I'm wondering, who can tell me, based on our conversation, what's a way that I could incorporate some of Judy Baca's techniques and style into this Simon Says, if I were to try to draw some inspiration from some of the elements that we talked about?
Maybe if, for instance, you might be like, sometimes stories start right in the middle of the action, or like sometimes they start with an introduction.
I'll try. You're trying to get it.
Maybe me, Simon, and Alexis can work together on like each of our different drawings and create art together. Like it says about this message.
Yeah, so definitely we're already working together in the activity, and so you're already doing part of what she thinks is really important about work. What are other ways that you can incorporate, Lena?
You could like use shading on the person and make them 3D.
Yeah, so if you could try to incorporate her shading, and maybe we don't have all of the skills that Baca and the people she trained have, but we can definitely start to try to use that shading. And other people have other ways that they could see. Yeah, Lola?
Filling in the background because there's a lot of white space.
So
and
you're
Baca says
organizing,
that it's cool
like,
to
I would
insert
have
things,
5
especially
detailed
in the background.
sentences and then
Awesome. Yeah, so those are all elements. Those are some of the elements that you can see here. Obviously, there's a lot of other really important things, including the messaging, right, of like starting to incorporate people who are really important throughout history, and especially like people of color and Native people who have been important. So we're going to do another round of Simon Says. So can you please take this and pass down? Take one and pass it down. And this time I'm going to take your all's ideas and incorporate those into the instructions. So the same as last time, I want everybody to start out by draw the same background that you drew for your last picture. So whether that was a park or a school or just some open space or a home, whatever you drew last time, I want you to try to draw it again, but maybe leave room for the bright colors that we're talking about to get filled in later. And remember, the point of this, it's an activity, so it's not supposed to be perfect. It can be quick. And we're going to switch in about 90 seconds. Okay. And now, wherever you're at in your process, I want you to pass your paper to your left, to the person to your left. And that person, you're going to draw something scary on the page, anywhere on the page. So same activity as before, but this time I want you to draw it on the left-hand side of the page so that we can kind of use the storytelling art the same way that this mural is like moving through time, right? So I want you to draw something scary or like an obstacle on the left side of the page.
she knows the word detail. So do you think it would be too much to see if she can still incorporate those 3 words into?
Yeah, you can use words if you want. And if you have time, I want you to start shading whatever you're drawing in a way that helps make it real or helps make it 3D. Like Lena suggested.
She like put it in the corner or somewhere.
just try making some parts lighter and some parts darker and see what works out. We can spend more time on shading if you want to. And I know not everyone is done, but now I need you to pass to your left one more time. And this time, right, keeping in mind that the story is moving. Keeping in mind that the story is moving from left to right. Now I need you to draw like a hero or someone who's really important to you, either in history or in your life, taking on this scary thing or taking on this obstacle. And this is the part where also the message part of the mural comes in, right? Of like uplifting people who are important to us. It doesn't have to be beautiful. Just want to practice incorporating different ideas into our art. Yeah, and so once we're at the end, I was going to have you color in the background and then share it with a friend, and I have discussion questions.
Cool. So as people are finishing their drawings, Emma, maybe you can give us a little more context, like where this would fit in into your summer and your own feedback to yourself.
Sure. So this currently is the second day lesson plan. I don't know what artists, like the structure of the summer is generally that the goals are going to be learning about different artists, both like what, like why they make art, like what their styles are, and then also like what messages they're, so they're like artistic styles, what they're trying to convey, and then like also just like how they make a living. So like a practical, that like component as well of like how do you actually get to do this with your life. But I think the second day I just wanted to get people like practicing, okay, like let's like learn about and talk about an artist that people showed interest in on the first day ideally, and then like practice just like in a low stakes way incorporating elements. And I think my concern, I don't know if I want to use this mural or if I want to use something else, because I think my concern with it is that like I think when we have longer lesson plans and like when I'm taking things more seriously, we're gonna like get to really delve into like what are messages that are important to you, and like what is the importance of coming together as community to create art. And like even though there would have been 20 minutes prior to this where we would have been talking about the importance of this mural series, which is in Southern California somewhere, and which I will know more about before I teach. LA. In LA. It like has a lot of history that I'm gonna learn about before teaching. But like that like it could be a much longer and like more serious, like let's like come together, and that could be later on, but that for this lesson I just wanted people to get a chance to like, okay, we're like doing this activity that's like not very high stakes for us, and like what does it look like to try to like incorporate.
Yeah, cool. And
So
how
I
do you
think-
feel you did?
Yeah, I think I feel weird about, I think it might feel different if we had already had the longer conversations, because I feel weird about like just pulling out elements in isolation. And it also felt, I think, guiding in a way that it won't, when, like I wouldn't actually have that in the PowerPoint, it would be like discussion things that students came up with over the course of class. I don't know, but you all drew things, which I think is a good sign, because I wasn't sure, and like I appreciated like the like, oh, but like how do I do that kind of things. I guess I'm just kind of curious how people felt about it, if it felt like something that like you would actually like have something to draw and like.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, let's share some feedback with Emma. Maybe start off with what you think she did well. Oh, and maybe people need a little bit of time to write first. If you want to write some comments first, and then, yeah.